Another small publisher bites the dust and bites writers with it. And no, life isn't fair. Hello and welcome back to my writing journey. I'm Ellen Byerrum, a mystery writer who also authors thrillers, children's books, short stories, and plays. I've always been a writer. I was a reporter for many years in Washington, D.C., the home of many heroes and villains. And it's fall, so yes, I have decorated. And this is merely an amusement that I think we picked up at TJ Maxx. So I enjoy it. In these videos, I discuss writing news and sometimes chatty gossip and whatever crosses my mind if it has to do with writing. If you like that kind of thing, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to make sure you're notified of all the videos. When you're a writer or a publisher today, the publishing sands are constantly shifting under your feet, and it plays havoc with trying to figure out a way forward in a crazy world. Life isn't fair, as I said. It never was, and it never will be. Especially for writers. Some roar to the top of the lists with their books and leave us wondering, why? Why that book? Is it talent? Is it marketing? Is it zeitgeist? Other people simply feed their dream and make it to one of the bottom rungs of the author ladder, and that's enough. At the same time, the market is increasingly flooded with books from new publishers, old publishers, and independent writers. And this is at a time when people aren't reading as much as they once did. There are too many distractions with computers and television and daily life. In the past few weeks, there has been some news about another small publisher that has gone out of business and left a number of writers high and dry. On the positive side, the writers are supposed to get their rights back. I guess we'll have to see about that. On September 16th, Publishers Weekly reported, quote, "After hearing from dozens of authors about the poor business practices of TouchPoint Press, the AuthorsGuild said Friday it has reached a deal with TouchPoint founder Sherry Williams, under which Williams agreed to pay authors overdue royalties and revert rights back to any author who has not yet received them. In addition, according to AuthorsGuild CEO Mary Rassenberger, Williams agreed to close the press, which bills itself as a traditional royalty-paying publisher of adult and children's books. The royalty-paying part has been in dispute. Rassenberger said that over the last 2 years, 35 to 40 authors have contacted the Guild, the Authors Guild, with concerns about TouchPoint's failure to fulfill its contractual obligations, and that, as of press time, there were 26 open cases. That would be in mid-September. Complaints about TouchPoint had been logged since 2015, according to PW, and it presented a litany of woes, including that some writers never received royalties. They believed they were lied to and cheated out of money due them. There were delays and excuses. At the time of the article, Williams said she owed about $40,000. She agreed to close the press and return rights to the writers. Now, I believe it is possible that Williams, who was once a literary agent, may have started out with the best of intentions. We can't assume that from the start she meant things to go so badly. A small independent publisher may start out with high hopes and then realize they haven't enough backing, enough money, the right connections, or enough expertise. How do you market 25, 30, or 40 books at a time? How do you distribute books? Do you have enough staff? It would be a massive job, a high ambition, but publishers like TouchPoint have failed. What is a writer to do at this time? It's hard to say, because optimism and the thought that finally you have an offer is very tempting. Someone believes in your promise and will do all the work. However, you might as well independently publish on your own. You're betting that these small publishers can deliver your book to the market better than you can. Some of these publishers are ebook first with no promise of putting those books between covers. If they do, they may offer print on demand. What are the economics? What is the royalty split that you're supposed to get? You should balance that against what you could make by going independent. On most ebooks, Amazon will pay you 70% of your sales over costs. Of course, writers are shy and the idea of hawking our books is uncomfortable. So, buy my books, please. That's hard to do. That's hard to say. When you independently publish, it takes away time when you could be writing. At least that's what we all tell ourselves. All I can say is be very, very careful. Research the publisher and check websites like Writers Beware, which has some great and scary articles about pitfalls and publishers out there. Talk with other writers who are clients of the publisher who wants you. Early on in my career, writers were cautioned not to say anything negative about publishers or editors or agents because they all talk among themselves and they will not consider you. Well, we need to stop the silence. We need to know what advances are, whether there even are advances, what the royalties are, how other writers are doing, where the books are available, and whether there are lags in payment. We writers can talk too, and sharing information is vital. It's like having a union. I went independent after getting my rights back from Penguin for my first 9 books. And I love the control I have with my husband, Bob Williams, master editor and designer. I love my new covers. I also love the fact that I can break away from novels if I want and work on plays and not adhere to an arbitrary imposed deadline where they don't get back to you for a year, a whole year, and then they want to hustle you into rewrites in a week. I wish other writers the best of luck. One more thing. We are looking at a presidential election in mere weeks, one that could change our lives, for the better or the worse. The Heritage Foundation's Project 2025 would be the worse. It threatens the very fabric of our democracy. The backers of 2025 want to strip us, particularly women, of our rights. So please check your registration to make sure you are on the voting rolls and that you can vote. Yes, in addition to president, senator, and representatives, there may be a lot of questions and candidates on which you may decide. That is the right and privilege of democracy. We have received our 2024 state ballot information booklet, including a proposition on mountain and bobcat hunting. Who knew? One on whether to increase funding of law enforcement, one on veterinary care. Vote. Just vote. Don't let the bastards get you down. That's all I have for now, and I'll see you next time. Bye.